Champaign, Illinois. Now let's go to the public address announcer, Rick Atterbury, for the announcement of the starting lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the participants in tonight's contest between the University of Wisconsin Milwaukee Panthers, 2-1 on the season, and the Fighting Illini at 3-2. At one forward for Wisconsin Milwaukee, a 6'7" senior from Chicago, number 21, Randy Doss. At forward for the Illini, a 6'9" freshman from Chicago, number 25, Dion Thomas. At forward for Wisconsin, a 6'8" junior from Brookfield, Wisconsin, number 30, Joe Schultz. And at forward for the Illini, a 6'6" junior from Jacksonville, number 34, Andy Kaufmann. At center for the Panthers, a 6'6" sophomore from Milwaukee, number 34, Craig Green. At center for the Illini, a 6'8" senior from Warri, Nigeria, number 50, Andy Petty. At one guard for Wisconsin, a 6'4" senior from Milwaukee, number 32, Vaughn McDade. And at guard for the Illini, a 6'8" freshman from Carlisle, Illinois, number 32, Tom Michael. And at the other guard for the Panthers, a 6'4" junior from Chicago, number 24, Dion Edmonds. And at guard for the Illini, a 6'4" senior from Alton, Illinois, number 23, Larry Smith. The Panthers are coached by Steve Antrim in his fourth year with a record of 52-38. The Illini coached by Lou Henson with a 16-year record of 319-152.
Well, there you have the supporting cast, the head coaches, and now let's turn to the officials for tonight's game, and they're all from the Big Ten. From left to right, Gary Muncy, Ron Grissom, and J.C. Linebacker. Well, a pretty good turnout, Steve Kelly, tonight as we're awaiting the start of this one, and I'm sure that a lot of fans at home are wondering about the unusual starting time. But we had a girls' basketball game that was the preliminary game here tonight. Boy, it was a honey. And the Fighting Illini women lost a tough one to Missouri, 68-66 in the last second.
It was a good basketball game. The women dropping it by 2. Sarah Sharp for the Fighting Illini scored 32 points in that ball game, but they came up just short. In talking about Wisconsin-Milwaukee, they've got a couple of outstanding players. One is Vaughn McDade, number 32. Watch for him. He's averaging 31 points a ball game in the first 3 games. The Panthers are 2-1. There's Vaughn McDade. He's a transfer from Oklahoma State, where he didn't play much 2 years ago, averaging only about 3.5 points a ball game, but he's on fire so far. He's taken 76 shots in 3 games.
Well, he really came back home. He played his high school basketball at Madison High School in Milwaukee, so he really actually returned for his senior year to play for the Panthers. It's going to be for Wisconsin-Milwaukee, Craig Green jumping up, and Dion Thomas for Illinois. The ball in the air, and it's tipped around, and a scramble for it, and it's saved before it goes out by the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And the Illini have it. That's Larry Smith. Tom Michael getting a chance to start here in the place of Rennie Clemens, and Michael is over on the side. That's Petty with the ball. Back out in front now to Smith.
What that change in the lineup does, Dick, is bring Andy Kaufmann out to the 2-guard spot.
Boy, there's Thomas turned around, and he's got it, and it's going to be a counter, and the foul is going to be called on Randy Doss. And on the Toyota starting lineup matchup, there you see it. Anything there we should look for, Steve?
Well, I think you should look for Larry Smith probably to pick up McDade at some point in this ballgame. McDade, the guy, as we mentioned, averaging 31 points a game. Randy Doss is a former Ohio State player. He went to Ohio State out of Chicago Leo High School before transferring up to Milwaukee.
So Dion Thomas gets a quick 3-pointer as we get early in the ballgame here at Champaign-Urbana in the Assembly Hall on a chilly, windy night in Champaign. Jumper from in front is off, no good. Rebound taken away by the Illini. That's Larry Smith hustling it down. Underneath to Petty. And he has it stripped right away. And here comes McDade. Into the corner. Schultz with a three-pointer. All tied at 3.
He kind of plays that role that Tom Michael does for Illinois. He's 6'8", 190, and he fired in the three-pointer.
Here's a steal by McDade, and another swap away by McBride. Let's make that for me, the Illini, Michael. And I'll tell you, a little sloppy play out there in the backcourt, Steve.
Here's a look at Lou Henson. Before that, you saw Steve Antrim, who's in his 4th year at Milwaukee. He's a native of Illinois, from Wilmette, Illinois.
McDade gets it out in front. This is Edmonds. Outside, McDade. Three-point shot. You'll see a lot of that tonight.
Well, we saw a lot of it the other night with Eastern Illinois coming in hot to the three-point range.
Andy Kaufmann rims it out, pulled away by Schultz, and the ball stolen right back by Thomas. And Deion Thomas has got all 5 of Illinois' points in the early going. 6-5, the Panthers.
Watch him, he's going to shoot.
And the shot was up by Green, and he is fouled. Andy Petty picking up the foul.
That was a 3-point attempt, so he will get 3 foul shots under that new rule this year. Not a good foul on Andy Kaufmann, as Green was out there all by himself to try that three-pointer. You don't expect him to shoot very well from out there. He's made 2 out of 5 on the year, but he was fouled, so he'll get 3 shots here.
You saw there a 100% free throw shooter. He is now on the season 3 for 3 at the line. Craig Green, a 6'6" sophomore from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We mentioned Steve Antrim with his Illinois ties. He also coached for a while at Dick Martin's alma mater, Lake Forest College.
There you go.
I think they were probably playing basketball back then, weren't they?
I don't know. I surely hope so. Never as good as we did. Here, Larry Smith working it up to Thomas. Gets it down and across to Michael outside, and Andy Kaufmann lets it go from the top of the circle. It'll only be a 2-pointer. His foot was right on the line, and the Panthers come hustling back. McDade down into the corner. Thomas back to McDade.
There's the matchup we talked about. Larry Smith on McDade.
And Doss hits for one from the side. Bounces off the rim. McDade on the follow-up. No, the next one taken away underneath. And Michael picks up the loose ball for the Illini. Well, you can credit these Panthers from some good aggressive offensive rebounding so far. Larry Smith walking it up. Boy, uses a good ball. Great give and go underneath, and Thomas got loose for the shot, and he has been fouled. He'll go to the line with a couple of free throws. Good feed by Larry Smith. You can see right here.
That's where they really missed Larry last week against the Flames of UIC, as he came back to show that stability against Eastern, and the foul actually occurred before Deion went up for the shot, so the Illini have the ball out of bounds.
Andy Kaufmann down on the side, comes back in front to Smith. Michael down inside. A turnaround is up by Petty, and he missed it. Deion has the ball stripped away by McDade, and here come the Panthers the other way. 9-7, you see there. Boy, McDade off of the glass a little too hard, follows it up, misses it. Picked up off of the floor by Edmonds into the corner, and back in front McDade, and a 3-point shot. He's not afraid to shoot the basketball, is he?
Well, we mentioned he's shot it 76 times in 3 games, just a little over 25 shots a ball game.
He got a little over-aggressive there, and he picked up his first foul of the game. The third on the Panthers as a team, and the ball out of bounds on the side of the court to the Illini, and Rennie Clemens is going to check into the lineup for Illinois.
McDade averaging 25 shots a ball game. The next closest is Randy Doss with 10 shots a game through their first 3 games. These guys, in case you don't know, have beaten Illinois Tech 88-66. They beat Tennessee Chattanooga 72-69 and lost to Utah 80-78. Those were all the home games.
Boy, Kaufmann gets underneath and makes it.
That's what makes Kaufmann so tough. He's strong. He's got a good, strong body at 6'6" and about 218, 220. He can take it inside. He's not a great jumper, and he's not extremely quick, but he has a knack of getting that shot off and getting fouled.
Andy Kaufmann at the line for a 3-pointer. Ball rims out of there. Rebound taken away underneath by Green. Down on the far side, Doss from the baseline, and he bangs it in off of the glass. A transfer out of Ohio State, played his high school basketball at Leo High School in Chicago.
Tell you what, these Panthers don't want to waste any time putting it up. They're coming down and shooting right away.
Clemens gets it down to Andy Kaufmann, hooks it down in close, and Deon Thomas is loose for the shot. Good ball movement that time by the Illini down against the pressure defense. And Illinois down by 3. On the side, this is Schultz. Back in front, Doss. He'll shoot it. Off of the back of the iron. Ball tipped away by Smith into the hands of Rennie Clemens. And Rennie's going to drive all the way for the shot.
Rennie Clemens, as we said, not in the starting lineup tonight. Perhaps this will help him coming off the bench where he doesn't feel like he has to run everything right away. Maybe he could get the feel of the ball game from the bench before coming in.
Schultz from the corner on a three-point shot by him, his second. 17-13, 15 minutes, 35 seconds to play in the first half. Clemens down to Kaufmann, and Andy Kaufmann has it batted away on the shots. Good defensive play there by Edmonds. And here come the Panthers as McDade has it. Schultz again, three-point shot. He's a junior out of Brookfield, Wisconsin at 6'8". And the audience, any rebroadcast or use of the telecast without the express prior written consent of the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. We've got 15:07 to go in the first half, and there you see the Panthers of the University of Milwaukee leading by 7. And their young coach, Steve Antrim. And the Illini, as we get play in action, will put the ball in play. And look at these three-point field goals coming up.
They're not, the Panthers really not known as a three-point shooting team. They're 5 out of 7, only shooting 30% coming into this ball game as a team, but they're warm right now.
Larry Smith in trouble in the corner to Michael down underneath, and Deon Thomas goes for the slam. Deon has got 9. A shot by McDade, no good. The rebound, Michael. Gets it off to Clemens.
Tim Gears into the Illini lineup. They're going to try to put him out there on Schultz, the big guy that's made 3 three-pointers.
Michael from the side. So Tim Gears along with Smith, Clemens, Deon Thomas, and Michael. They're on the court for the Illini right now. As Doss has it down into the corner. There's a steal. Rennie Clemens.
The Illini quickly back into the ball game, down by 1 after trailing by 7 just about a minute ago. Whatever Lou said to him during the timeout has worked so far.
From the side, McDade on a three-point basket, his third of the game. He and Schultz each have 3 three-point field goals. Smith gets loose, tries to feed it down underneath to Thomas. The ball slapped around, batted around, and it's apparently off of the leg of Bon McDade. It'll go back to Illinois.
McDade's getting so open. I mean, there's nobody even near him. They're working him off some picks. And he's getting out there where he's got all day to shoot those. And those are NBA three-pointers. Some of those he's putting up.
Larry Smith driving for the basket for the reverse. And it's not going to count, but a foul is going to be whistled on Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I'll tell you, Larry Smith looked good breaking down that baseline. The foul is going to be on Green, his second.
I talked to Larry this afternoon about his ankle. He still says it's a bit sore. It hurts at times when he cuts. You couldn't tell it there as he took it in and will get a couple of foul shots. He had a real solid game the other night against Eastern with 23 points and 6 assists in that ball game. And he's the Illinois assist leader. Actually, he's second in assists with 19. Rennie Clemens has 22, but Rennie's played in 2 more ball games.
So Smith makes 1 out of 2 from the line, and it's 23-20. Wisconsin, Milwaukee by 3. We've got 13-25 to go in the half. McDade, another three-point basket. Boy, he can light them up. I'll tell you, that's 4 three-point baskets. Larry Smith comes back, gets it underneath, and Deon has it slapped around right away from him. It's taken away underneath, and it comes up to McDade.
He's looking to shoot when he crosses the half-court line.
Oh, they find Schultz. Look out.
Here he is.
Schultz has got 4 three-point baskets. We're going to need a step ladder out there to stop these guys.
Well, somebody needs to knock one of those guys on his rear end next time he takes one of those.
Rennie Clemens drives for the basket. No, but a tip in is up, missed by Thomas. Tipped around. Dion gets it back and gets that one. And Dion Thomas has 11. Boy, McDade back. Look out. Doesn't make that one. But I'll tell you, that was close. Smith on the side. Tim Gears. Underneath, Michael. Turnaround shot. No. Tip is up and in by Thomas.
Thomas is having himself a half here with 13 points. The Panthers have already tried 11 three-pointers in this ball game, making 8 of those.
That's Dion Thomas on Schultz right out there in front. Here's McDade breaking for the shot. No, but a great follow-up is in. And it was a good job by Edmonds, and he was fouled to go to the line for a three-point chance. And the foul is going to be on Gears.
A couple of Chicago guys doing it there. Gears out of De La Salle High School. Dion Edmonds was a high school teammate of Randy Doss at Chicago Leo High School. Kaufmann coming back into the ball game. T.J. Wheeler also up off the bench. Gears goes out.
Alufa Abaji is back into the lineup now for Wisconsin Milwaukee. I'll tell you, he is out of Nigeria. Understand an acquaintance of Andy Petty. Free throw is up and in. Makes the three-point play. The Illini in trouble against the press. Michael gets it into Clemens. Now back to Michael. T.J. Wheeler on the court for Illinois now. Andy Petty out there. Thomas is over on the bench sitting down. Here's Andy Petty going for the shot. That's his first basket of the ball game. McDade picked up by Wheeler. Outside to Schultz. Across to Edmonds. And now McDade going for the shot. Forces it up and a scramble for it. And underneath there. And it's taken away by Rennie Clemens. Andy Kaufmann, three-point shot. No. Tipped around and pulled out underneath by Green. It comes up to McDade. A long one is up from in front. No. Rebound, Michael of Illinois. And we've got a racehorse basketball game going on. Not much control, Steve Kelly, up and down the court.
Well, these guys like to put it up, and Illinois doing the same thing.
As the shot is up by Kaufmann, and he has been fouled. And it appears that it's going to be called. Well, let's see. It's on Edmonds. That's his first. A 16 foul on Wisconsin Milwaukee. And for the Panthers, a couple of changes. Ray Perrine is coming in for one. And also Rusty Johnson, a junior college transfer student out of Vincennes, Indiana.
Well, they took one of those three-point guys out, so that's good. Give him a break. He's got to rest that arm. Joe Schultz goes to the sideline with 4 three-pointers.
Andy Kaufmann, that's his 5th point. Good rebound by Andy Petty, but he missed it. He had the open shot and missed it underneath. Out on the side and back to Rusty Johnson. Well, his three-point shot and attempt was an air ball tossed up. Rennie Clemens hurries back. In the corner, T.J. Wheeler. Back in front, a steal by McDade. Lead pass down to Rusty Johnson. Outside McDade.
He'll try one.
Boy, he does, and he gets it. That's his first 2-point basket. Put those with the 4 three-pointers, and he is causing the Illini defense some problems. Petty has it slapped away. It's out of bounds to Illinois. A little bit disorganized as Lou Henson wants to take a timeout. And with 10:21 to go in the first half, Wisconsin-Milwaukee leads 34-27.
The best loved holiday classic ever. It's a Wonderful Life, Tuesday night at 7 on the 50 Prime Movie.
What's that drink they got over there at Johnson's?
Probably something for yuppies.
I don't think so.
Well, it's sure not something for the local boys. Must be a geriatric product. Or an elixir for your love life, Morris.
Morris? Very fine. Great tasting fruit juices and drinks.
If I've learned one thing about success, it's to always go with the pro. The Protector, the professional in the automotive field, introduces the Pro Phone with the crystal clarity of Cellular One service, plus the exclusive advantages of the Pro Club, including free miles in United Airlines Mileage Plus program. Go with the Pro, the Protector. Available only at better new car dealers. Hello, Protector?
And welcome back to the Assembly Hall in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly. And there you see the score. University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee leading the Fighting Illini 34-27. And this young man right here, Vaughn McDade, is causing trouble to the Illini.
He sure is, Dick. He's got 14 points already, taking 25 shots a game on the average. He's already attempted 12. He's 5 out of 12 from the field, 4 out of 7 from out beyond the arc. So he's off to a good start with 14.
As Illinois works with the ball, Clemens fires into the corner to Andy Kaufmann, hooks it back inside as Scott Pierce has come on for the Illini, and the ball is batted away, and that's what's happened in the paint tonight. You can see University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee relying on the outside shooting, Illinois going to the inside.
The Panthers don't keep it long enough to get it in the paint.
Good point. Smith outside, Clemens. Back now is Scott Pierce. To Rennie Clemens. Kaufmann.
Tough shot.
Gets it right back, goes up for the foul, and he's got it. Good work by Andy Kaufmann. Illinois down by 5. 9 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the first half. Outside, Doss. Shot is up from inside and put in there on a fine effort by Abaji. Abaji played at Vincennes Junior College in Indiana also. It's his first basket of the ball game. Pierce across to Kaufmann, now outside to Smith. Clemens back to Smith. To Clemens to Kaufmann. Way across the top of the zone, and Larry Smith lets one go for 3. It's his first basket of the ball game. And Illinois trails by 4. McDade hurries back. This is Doss with it. McDade. He screams and yells for the ball. He gets loose, goes for the reverse, doesn't get it in. Picked up, gives it back in front. Rusty Johnson down to the corner. Doss fires. No. Rebound by McDade. Scoops it off to Doss, and he gets a good one. Hey, I'll tell you right now, Steve Kelly, this Panther team from Wisconsin-Milwaukee is mighty tough.
Yeah, McDade even got an assist on that play. Usually he's putting it up, but he came down with a nice pass underneath. Earlier in that segment, he had one of those playground try-and-one shots out underneath the basket.
There's a miss, but a follow-up by Pierce, and he doesn't get it. Boy, Illinois has missed about 3 shots wide open underneath. Rusty Johnson with it. This is McDade to Doss. Deion Thomas on Doss. Now to Johnson over on the wing.
Illinois in the zone defense. The last couple times down, they've tried that.
Boy, good move by McDade. Doesn't get it. A scramble underneath. Put it up, no good. Next one taken away, and it's up, no good. And a scramble underneath, and Larry Smith grabs a rebound, flat-footed. Up and across to Clemens.
Rebounds right now just about even. Illinois with 14, Milwaukee with 13.
That's Larry Smith, his second three-point field goal from the side. 38-35. Panthers with a lead on the Illini. Perrine dribbles into a crowd, and a scramble is taken out underneath. No good. A rebound by Deion Thomas. Out to Clemens. Fires it across to Kaufmann. Whirls and goes for the shot. A fine individual effort by Andy Kaufmann. timeout is going to be called by the Panthers of Wisconsin-Milwaukee as we've got down to a one-point ball game. And we're going to be right back after these messages.
It's 1st and 10. There's the handoff. He's out of the pocket, taking the nickel deep. He's going all the way. Yes, he scores! Frank, that play was so fast. Let's look at the instant replay.
Okay, Bob. Yep, he was going with the nickel on this play. Looks like he's smelling victory, and he brings it home. What a game!
He is loving that $5,000.
Play 1st and 10, the Illinois Lottery's new instant game. You could win up to $5,000. Got a second? Play this instant.
Once again, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver to the left side.
Farming has always been a hands-on kind of business, but the makers of Counter have changed that. Introducing new Counter Lock and Load. The outstanding performance of Counter in convenient returnable containers. When locked onto specially fitted John Deere Maximerge hopper boxes, each sealed container opens automatically. Just lock it on and it loads. Protect your crop, yourself, and the environment. New Counter Lock and Load.
Oh, it's so awfully cold.
I prefer hot. I really was thinking hot.
Cold.
Very hot. The hot performance at your Toyota dealer will warm up the coldest spirit. So head to your Toyota dealer now.
Fighting Illini in the last 3 minutes on a 10-4 run, and one reason is right here. They're scrapping underneath for that loose basketball. Milwaukee had 3 or 4 opportunities there, but the Illini finally come down with it. Illinois in the last 3 minutes, 10-4 over the Panthers, and they're back to within 1 at 38-37. There have been 10 3-point shots already taken in this ball game, 8 of them by Milwaukee.
Well, Steve, you know, you can look at where Illinois, just a moment ago, they flashed it up there, the points they scored in the paint. Illinois is really controlling things underneath. It's just a matter of getting a little better organized and handling themselves against the pressure defense put on by Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and they're doing something about those 3-point shots of the Panthers.
Illini back to a man-to-man defense now after showing that zone.
There's McDade, and he's hungry for a shot. He's working, almost lost it. Picked up off of the floor by Edmonds, and he travels with it. Out of bounds, it's going to go over to Illinois. There's Lou Henson chewing on that gum. His team down by 1 with 6:42 to go here in the first half. Rennie Clemens gets it up to Larry Smith, and they trap him here on the side. Scott Pierce throws it around and throws it away. Some very, very sloppy ball handling by Illinois. McDade pulls up for the shot, doesn't get it, and the rebound comes down to Larry Smith. Bounces across to Clemens. Down underneath, Deion Thomas. Boy, they converge on him. Back to Clemens. Now back to Scott Pierce from the side. No. What a great follow-up. No. Rebound by Andy Kaufmann, and he gets a good one. Andy Kaufmann now has 11.
And the Illini have the lead at 39-38.
6 minutes to play in the half. Edmonds. He's got it to McDade. Now it comes to Abaji. Abaji gives it back to McDade. Foul on Clemens. Transportation provided by Northwest Airlines, proud to be a leader in on-time performance. Northwest Airlines, we're committed to getting you there on time. Brooks Taylor is going to enter the lineup for the Illini. You see the score, the Illini leading by 1 and 5:46 to go. The sophomore from De La Salle High School in Chicago. Schultz gets it in close. Doss trying to work it, and he travels with it.
Sure did.
Deion Thomas was right behind him, ready for the defense. And the ball out of bounds to Illinois.
So the defense has turned up a notch for Illinois. They showed the zone earlier, went back to the man-to-man because the turnovers the last 2 times down the floor for Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Andy Kaufmann to Larry Smith. Smith does a good job getting to the basket, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line with a couple of free throws. You can take a look at this one right here.
Smith takes it down in the lane, puts it up with the left hand, or rather the right hand. He showed the left hand and came back with the right hand, and he'll get 2 as he was fouled on the play.
Larry Smith with 7 points so far. He is 1 out of 2 at the line tonight. And Smith getting 1 more. 40-32 Illinois. Up comes Edmonds. Working it over to the side. Green. Back to Schultz. Underneath it goes. Edmonds has it stripped away out of bounds, and Andy Kaufmann slapped it away from him.
The defensive effort is much better since that last time out. Illini getting a little scrappier on the D. Back to that man-to-man. You've got shooters like these guys when they can shoot it from way out there. You've got to deny those fellows the basketball. And the last 3 times down they've done that, there goes McDade to the bench. He's cooled off a bit the last couple of times, but he's finding it more difficult to get that shot off.
I'll tell you, he doesn't like to be taken out. You can see that right now. Rusty Johnson has replaced him as the Illini really on a roll here in the last few moments. Outside to Schultz. Back to Doss. Green has it. To Johnson. To Schultz. Down inside. Doss. Turnaround shot. In and out. Tipped way back out on the side, and Larry Smith hustles over to get it for Illinois. Comes up to Brooks Taylor. Andy Kaufmann gets it down inside, and the pass needs to be led a little more, and it's off of the, well, and the likes of Randy Doss did a good job as he bounced the ball right back off of Deion Thomas out of bounds. It's going to go back over to the Panthers. Comes up to Rusty Johnson. 4:35 to go in the half. Schultz has it. Brooks Taylor causing him a problem. Slaps it away, gets it right back, and this one is up and a foul on Brooks Taylor.
Good trapping defense there, though. The idea was right, and Taylor came through and slapped away at the ball. He got the ball, but he also got the player's arm.
Interesting enough, Steve, that's only the 3rd team foul on Illinois in this half.
There's no way that Edmonds was going to get that shot off either way. Tom Michael had the ball also, but Taylor got him on the arm as Schultz goes to the line.
Schultz is, in this ball game, yet to shoot a foul shot. He is 2 of 4 on the season, and that's his 13th point. A 6'8" junior out of Brookfield, Wisconsin, suburb of Milwaukee.
He's a transfer from Kent State.
He makes that one. And it's a 1-point game as you see the clock ticking there in the corner of your screen. Michael gets it back to Brooks Taylor in the backcourt, moves it over. Goes to the right side to Smith. Michael setting a pick. Trying to set Larry Smith up one-on-one. Brooks Taylor. Boy, he missed Kaufmann all alone under the basket a minute ago. Smith. Now he's down inside with it. Boy, Deion makes a great move. Deion Thomas made the move that made him what he was in high school, I'll tell you that. He went around that defensive man so quick you didn't even see him.
He's showing much more aggressiveness in this ball game on both ends of the court.
Edmonds has it outside to Schultz. Down into the corner, Doss. The shot is up and actually deflected partially by Smith. And it's his 6th point. And we're back to a 1-point game. The Illini not handling this press, I would say, the way Lou Henson wants them to. Boy, this time they do. Larry Smith goes in unmarked and gets the easy win. Edmonds working it around to Schultz on the wing. We've got exactly 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the half. Rusty Johnson. We got McDade over on the bench. He's their big threat. Schultz is with it now. Pulls up at the foul line and a good move.
He's got a nice shooting touch for a man 6'8".
Gets it over to Andy Kaufmann. And again, they get the break, and Kaufmann pulls up for the shot. He's got it. And Andy Kaufmann continuing on. That's his 13th point. Illini by 3. Rusty Johnson. Back down into the corner. A long one is up and no good. Missed by Green. slapped out in front. Rusty Johnson has got it, and he makes it.
Rusty Johnson.
Comes into Larry Smith, 2 minutes 15, 14. You see there the clock ticking away, and the Illini really having trouble. They're just not handling this press worth the darn.
Better get moving.
And it's going to be a 10-second violation. They don't get it across, and it's out of bounds to the Panthers. Lou Nitzen can't be happy with that at all, I can tell you. There's going to be a timeout taken. And we'll be right back after these messages from your local stations. This is Raycom Sports.
Weekdays, 50s Fun TV.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
At 5, fun is always in season at the Seavers on Growing Pains.
This is what we live for.
At 5:30 and at 6:30, laughter makes the grade on Head of the Class.
How does that make you feel?
Fantastic! And when it comes to comedy, Nell Harper cleans up on Gimme a Break at 6.
Can't you take a joke?
50s Fun TV. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on WPWR TV.
Steve and Leo here. Leo's on the phone seeing how the big Chevy truck sale's going. Let's check it out, Donnie.
Complete hysteria.
That's great.
Well, they're telling me they haven't seen crowds like this since the movie Gandhi.
Really? I didn't realize Gandhi was such a big hit.
No, they're referring to the crowds in the movie.
Oh, yeah, that scene where he dies and all the people... Oh, look at this, a Chevy S10 Blazer. Great savings there.
Great savings indeed. People are buying up to 2 or 3 Chevy Blazers at a time.
Wow. Hey, you better get out to your Chevy dealer. Well, there's still some left.
It's unbelievable.
We're about to adjust your picture for Fuji Color. Fuji Color, yellow. Fuji Color, purple. Fuji Color, red. Fuji Color, blue. Fuji Color, orange. Fuji Color, green. Fuji Color. Now that you've seen it, how can you see color any other way?
And welcome back to the Assembly Hall in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly. And there you see the score. The Illini leading by 1, and it's been a nip and tuck back and forth basketball game, Steve. But the field goal shooting has kind of slowed down a little bit. University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee off to a real torrid pace in the beginning, but they've cooled down somewhat.
They've hit only 3 of their last 11 shots, Dick. They're now shooting 43% for the game. The Illini shooting it pretty well at 59%. Rebounds are about even at 20-17 Illinois.
And the Panthers have the ball to put in play at midcourt as Perrine gets it down to Schultz. Down underneath Doss. Doss works against Wheeler, and he's got the shot up and in. And the pressure again put on by the Panthers. Illinois just really having trouble handling this full court pressure. Michael lobbing it down. Clemens down to Andy Petty. And Petty picks it up off the floor and misses the shot. It comes outside to Smith. Larry Smith gets it. Well, Andy Petty has certainly missed about 3 open shots in the game. Out in front of Doss. Gives it to Schultz. Rusty Johnson goes inside. Doss again. Great move by Michael. He stuffed the attempt by Doss. The Illini come back quickly. T.J. Wheeler. Better get rid of it. Lobs it way on the backcourt. Sloppy ball handling by the Illini. Not only happens in the front court, but in the backcourt also.
Well, they had the freshman T.J. Wheeler sandwiched over in front of the Panther bench, and he threw it back in the backcourt intended for Larry Smith. Larry couldn't catch up with it, so it was the over and back violation. The Illini need to get some help from people other than Smith, Thomas, and Kaufmann. They've scored all but 8 of the Illinois points so far.
Here's McDade. Down the middle he goes. Rebound by Andy Petty. Out to Clemens. 45 seconds to play in the half, and the Illini with a 1-point lead. Tom Michael. Fade away from the side. Well, Tom Michael, really, Steve, is an impressive young man. Was redshirted last year out of Carlisle, Illinois, and he has shown signs of being a talented basketball player.
He's averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds here in the early going.
Schultz gets it inside. The shot is up and missed, batted away, and play getting a little rough underneath that basket. McDade has it. We're down to 12 seconds and counting. Illinois with a 3-point lead. That's Michael on McDade, and boy, look at Tommy Michael does a great job on McDade. The ball is batted out of bounds. It's going to go back, however, to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. But good defense by that big 6'8" freshman, Tom Michael.
Well, Anthony Welch, the former Illini player who's now a grad assistant, was up screaming at Michael to get out on him because McDade was going to put it up, no doubt about it. And Michael came out and made the good defensive play.
From the side, he threw up a Hail Mary from the far corner. And the first half has come to an end. And the Fighting Illini will take a 3-point advantage. 51-48 down at intermission over the Panthers of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Steve, it's been an exciting first half. A lot of early shooting, 3-point shooting by the Panthers. They cooled off considerably, and the Illini finally got themselves on track.
They did, and Illinois still having trouble with the press. You'll see the Panthers continue to do that in the second half. But if the Panthers continue to cool off from the field goal shooting, it should work to Illinois' favor. But the Illini need to turn it up a notch with their intensity.
Well, there you see the halftime score. Illinois 51, the Panthers 48. Tonight's game is brought to you by Budweiser. Some of the individual scorers, and Schultz and McDade and Doss, they've done it all in that first score to the Panthers of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And then down at the bottom there, you see what's happened for the Illini. 3 players in the double figures. Thomas, along with Smith and Kaufmann.
And those 3 players have got 41 of Illinois' 51 first-half points, so some of the other guys need to pick it up a bit here in the second half. Schultz with 16 points in the first half. The transfer from Kent State is 6'8", 190, a junior, has hit 4 3-pointers in the first half. And here's one from the right wing as he drilled it there for 3 of his 16 points in the first half. He came into the ballgame averaging 5 points and 5 rebounds for the Panthers.
And looking at on the other side of the page, Deon Thomas having a fine first half with his 15 points. And you can see him work right underneath the basket here for the Illini. Quick move to the basket. He turns, and boy, he gets up quick. And that's all she wrote for Deon.
Well, they've been trying to get Deon a little stronger, a little more aggressive, and he showed at that time. 15 points, 4 rebounds in the first half for Lou Henson, as the Illini lead at 51-48 heading into the final 20 minutes of this ball game.
Well, there would be something that you could certainly give for a Christmas present, because we're going to have a basketball camp again this summer down here, and it's going to be Lou Henson's basketball camp, and always an enjoyable place for youngsters to come to. And there's all the details for you. It's in June and then again in July. And for the information, you can contact just exactly the way you see it there, or phone 217-244-0088. Lou Henson basketball camp, and I'll tell you, there's been some great players come to that basketball camp through the years.
Well, they certainly have. Some great current players, some great former players, some great future players. Eddie Johnson usually comes back to speak to those camps. Nick Anderson, Kenny Battle, those kind of guys. Magic Johnson's been here to speak to Lou's camp, so it's a good opportunity for young people to come and see the basketball players of today and tomorrow at Lou Henson's basketball camp.
As the Illini are gathered around Lou Henson across the way, and on the other side of the page, Steve Antrim, a young man in his 4th year. He was 4 years an assistant coach to Johnny Orr at Iowa State, so he's had his experience from all levels. High school coach at Mendel Catholic in Chicago also, too, we might add.
Kind of charting his career, Steve Antrim was at Mendel High School for 4 years. He was at Lake Forest College for 4 years. He was at St. Michael's College in Vermont for 4 years. He was an assistant at Iowa State for 4 years, and he's in his 4th year now. I wonder where he'll be next year.
I don't know, but it might be some distance, because he's gone from one coast almost to the Midwest, in fact, to the Midwest. He's traveled around.
The Illini send out Larry Smith, Andy Petty, Deon Thomas, Rennie Clemens, and Andy Kaufmann. So Tom Michael, who started the ball game, will start the second half on the bench as Clemens moves back into the lineup. Here we go in the second half.
And the Panthers will inbound it. Wearing their black uniforms trimmed in white, Schultz will toss it in to Edmonds. And Edmonds brings it across with Rennie Clemens on him. Into the corner to Schultz. Schultz gets loose at the top of the circle. Well, I'll tell you, he's got 18 points, Joel Schultz. And it's a 1-point game, and the Panthers immediately picking them up all over the floor. Andy Petty back to Smith, who gets it across. Kaufmann underneath Deon Thomas. And Thomas has 17.
Thomas in line to take a look at that career high that he had earlier this year of 21.
Down inside, Doss working against Petty. Takes it to the side, puts it up, and I'll tell you, McDade hit the deck for Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and he's up and all right. But I'll tell you, for a moment, he looked back to the official, thinking that it should have been a foul called. Underneath, Smith in trouble, and the ball batted away, and you can see for yourself what happened to McDade a minute ago.
He's moving with Rennie Clemens. The Clemens kind of pushed off a little bit. Not a bad acting job.
Like, where are the ropes?
It looked like big-time wrestling out there, but McDade pleaded his case to Gary Muncie, and Gary wouldn't have anything of it. So we're back to action.
Edmonds picked up by Clemens. Down on the right side to Schultz. Bouncing it down deep. This is McDade outside to Schultz. Schultz has it slapped away, and the foul is going to be on Rennie Clemens. That is his first of the game.
Clemens called for the reach-in as Schultz went around, as Schultz was pushing off first. But they got the second call as Rennie reached in. Schultz definitely pushing off with his right arm.
At the line, Joe Schultz. 2 for 2 there tonight. And there's the 18 points. And look at his average on the year. He's come alive here in Champaign. A 6'8" junior out of Brookfield. Transfer from Kent State. As this basketball team has got a lot of transfer students. Makes that one also. His career best, 20 points. Larry Smith on the side to Petty, to Smith, down to Kaufmann. Boy, they missed Dion wide open, and Kaufmann literally threw the ball up on one of those shoot and hope shots. And here comes McDade back for the Panthers. Back outside to Green. Back to McDade. McDade, three-point shot, good. That's 17 for McDade. That's his 5th three-pointer of the game. And the Panthers lead by 2. To Petty, to Smith. Get it down and across. Rennie Clemens pulls up for the jump shot. Overshoots the basket underneath the Illini basket. A scramble for the ball, and Schultz out of there with it. Oh, they lead it down, and Doss travels with the ball. Out of bounds, it'll go to Illinois.
Illini getting a little sloppy. Milwaukee getting a little sloppy as Tom Michael will check back in for Illinois.
Number 32, Tom Michael.
Michael comes in, and Andy Petty will sit down. So we're going to have Smith, Clemens, along with Michael and Kaufmann and Dion Thomas.
Michael's a much better ball handler in light of this press that Milwaukee has put up. Petty has trouble at times handling the ball.
Smith finally gets it over.
Petty coming into the ball game with 15 turnovers in 5 games.
Andy Kaufmann, three-point shot. No, but he follows it up himself. Whirls and turns for the shot. Batted away. And a foul is going to be called on Schultz. Great work by Andy Kaufmann.
Kaufmann certainly liked that spin move, and he's made it work well for him during his career. You look at him, you don't think he's as quick as that, but he has that quick spin move, and he got himself in there and got that foul. That's what he was so good at in high school at Jacksonville High, where he led the state in scoring.
Andy Kaufmann. He gets 2. That's his 14th point of the game. 2 of 4 from the line so far. And we've got a tied-up ball game at 55. Over the line is Green. Gets it right back to Schultz.
Kaufmann's out on McDade now.
And they're sticking to a man-to-man, kind of a switchy man-to-man, and now Smith has got McDade on the switch-off. McDade, good give and go to Doss, and a foul is going to be called. And it's a charge on the Panthers.
It's on McDade.
McDade gets the foul. His second.
He passed it off to Doss, but ran right over Tom Michael there as McDade picks up his second. We're still tied at 55. The Illini looking at the press.
Boy, good feet underneath, but Dion Thomas can't get close to the ball. And it's hauled away, and up court comes Edmonds. Down on the side, Green back out to McDade. Three-point shot by McDade is off, tipped around, comes out in front. Larry Smith has got it for the Illini. 4-on-1 for Illinois. Off to Clemens. misses the shot, tries to scoop it back, and he does, but right into the hands of one of the Panthers. To McDade, all the way, and Tom Michael is back on defense for Illinois. He's going to be guilty of the foul.
Well, Illinois came down 4-on-1 on the break. Didn't get a good shot. Clemens tried to take it too far in. There's the break coming the other way with McDade and Michael doing about all he could to prevent that shot. He picked up the foul. The Illini missed a good scoring opportunity.
A freshman mistake by Rennie Clemens. Boy, he needed to get that ball back into the middle, Steve, when he got onto the side, and they had an easy layup. McDade's foul shot, good. And McDade now with 18 points. Kind of an unusual free throw stance by Vaughn McDade.
Yeah, but he's 19 out of 20 on the year now, so it works.
Don't argue with success, right? Michael just has it taken away, and the foul is going to be on Edmonds. That's the third team foul on the Panthers in this half. And the ball out of bounds on the side of the court to the Illini. Larry Smith, Clemens, and Michael there in the backcourt. Kaufmann and Deion Thomas are down, waiting. It comes into Clemens. Now back to Smith. To Clemens. 16 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the game. And Wisconsin-Milwaukee leads by 2. Andy Kaufmann. Oh, the ball slapped away on a fine defensive play by Edmonds, and it's going to go back over to Illinois, however, at midcourt.
Lou's not happy right now.
A little sloppy ball handling. Careless with the basketball when they get it offensively. Rennie Clemens. If you're going to be careless shooting it. Here's Kaufmann. Comes down to McDade. Back out in front. Green. Back to McDade on the side. Scramble out in front, and Rennie Clemens slaps it away. And it's going to be Wisconsin-Milwaukee's basketball to put in play at midcourt. With 16 minutes to go. Schultz gets it into McDade. Back down on the side to Schultz to McDade. Works for the shot. No. Tipped around, and Deion Thomas has it stripped away by McDade. Takes it to the corner. McDade fires. No. And Clemens grabs off the rebound for Illinois. It's tied at 57.
That time McDade backed out to get into three-point range.
Smith dishes it off to Thomas. 19 for Deion. Ross working it out in front to Schultz. Oh, I'll tell you, these guys are not afraid to shoot the basketball. 22 points for Joe Schultz. And again, it's tied at 59.
Attendance tonight, 11,835 paid. Actual attendance, 5,530.
Lob it underneath, and Michael does a great defensive job for the Illini. Now Clemens way down court. And Larry Smith, using a good block from Deion Thomas, scores from out in front.
But Deion just kind of slowed down to screen the guy from
that looks like an off-tackle play right there, Steve.
That's right.
15 in the game for Smith. As McDade drives for the basket, doesn't get it, and Tom Michael takes away the rebound for Illinois. Up court it comes to Clemens. Rennie almost outboxed himself handling the ball there. Gets it back to Smith. There's a foul on McDade. Larry Smith had him beat out in the front court. That's 3 on McDade.
Foul against number 32, Bob McDade.
Well, there's going to be a break in the action from the Assembly Hall. The Illini lead by 2.
Oh, so awfully cold. I prefer hot. I really was thinking hot. Cold. Very hot. The hot performance at your Toyota dealer will warm up the coldest spirit. So head to your Toyota dealer now.
You can do it with true value. It's the season for handy household gifts, like the Plano Stowaway Organizer with removable drawers. It's only $9.99. And the whole family can use the GE battery recharger with 2 bonus batteries, just $14.99. Or give the master electrician Maglite flashlight with flood to spot focus. Holiday priced at only $16.99 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
And we're back at Champaign, and there you see right in a moment some good aggressive basketball by the Illini and a great block by Dion.
Randy Clemens out with the quick pass to Larry Smith, who went around, and Dion kind of slowed down and got in between Smith and the Milwaukee defender. So the Illini lead at 61-59. Illinois in the paint. Look at that. They did the same thing to Eastern Illinois the other night. 30-2 points in the paint. So the Illini, without that, would be in some serious trouble, and the Panthers, without their long-range shooting, would be in trouble. So we've got the 2 different games going here.
Brooks Taylor is back on the court for the Illini. That's Brooks with the ball. Now he gives it to Smith, right back to Taylor. Comes out in front, back on the right wing, and underneath it goes to Dion. And this is the shot taken away underneath by Schultz. He's playing quite a basketball game, Joel Schultz. Down on the side, Rusty Johnson in. Green shot. Michael makes the block. And it's out of bounds to Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
There's Joe Schultz, who has 22 points on the night. He has not missed a shot. He's 7 for 7 from the field, 4 for 4 from the foul line, 4 for 4 from, 4 for 4 from three-point range, and 4 out of 4 from the foul line for 22 points. So he's having a career here tonight.
No question. Edmonds working it around. Back now to Green, now Schultz. Brooks Taylor is on him. Doss fires it up. No. Rebound. Picked up off of the floor by Michael. He loses it to Green, and he gets the easy one. And it's all tied at 61. Brooks Taylor trying to move it up against the press. Gets it off to Andy Kaufmann. Outside, and he throws the ball right over the head of Brooks Taylor. And again, sloppy ball handling by the Illini. And it's out of bounds to the Panthers. Oh, Lou, I know just how you feel.
It's a 10th turnover for Illinois in this ball game. Been averaging 20 turnovers a contest coming in.
Comes outside to Green. Off to Edmonds. To Rusty Johnson. Back on the side, Green. Down underneath, it's kicked away, and out in front, picked up by Brooks Taylor. Taylor makes a good move to the basket, but he is going to be guilty of traveling.
Trying to do too much. The Illinois running game has not been that great so far this season. Brooks had a 2-on-2, or maybe even a 1-on-2, and he tried to do it himself and threw up a prayer and traveled right before he did it.
The Panthers have got a chance to take the lead, and here's Schultz, and he dribbles right into Tom Michael, and Michael strips it right away from him. Down to Larry Smith. Brooks Taylor to Kaufmann. Down on the side, Taylor tries to get it underneath the Dion Thomas, and it's kicked away and picked up by the Panthers.
2 turnovers on Taylor, last 2 times down the court.
Green, 12.5 minutes to go in the game, and it's tied at 61. Doss working in the corner, comes back in front. Rusty Johnson now to Schultz. Waiting for Schultz to take one to see if he can miss. Doss bangs around and softly drops through, and he's got 10 in the game. And the Panthers lead it by 2. Michael across now to Smith. And Larry tries to drive the length, and he is going to have the ball stripped away out of bounds. It'll go back, however, to Illinois. And we're going to have a break in the action here at the Assembly Hall.
For the Panthers, number 32 on McDade.
11:53 to go in the game. And Wisconsin-Milwaukee leads 63-61. We'll be right back after these messages from your local stations. This is Raycom Sports.
When it comes to late-night laughs, 50's Fun TV. At 10, crack up with those hunks of junk, Sanford & Son. At 10:30, fun's on the menu, and the bunkers are serving up the smiles on the All in the Family Hour. At 11:30, Felix and Oscar are mismatched, but they still have a lot of fun. They're the Odd Couple. And at midnight, Mary's got the news to amuse on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Don't go to bed without your late-night laughs. 50's Fun TV, tonight from 10 to midnight on WPWR-TV.
What's that drink they got over there at Johnson's?
Probably something for yuppies.
I don't think so.
Well, it's sure not something for the local boys. Might be a geriatric product. Or an elixir for your love life, Morris.
Morris? Very fine. Great tasting fruit juices and drinks.
When Road and Track magazine went looking for the best car between $17,000 and $28,000, they didn't find it in the BMW 325i, or the Lexus ES 250, or even the Acura Legend. They found it in the 1991 Nissan Maxima SE. And isn't it interesting that the car chosen above those others is the one priced below them? A special allocation of Maximas has just arrived at your Chicagoland Nissan dealer.
And welcome back to Champaign-Urbana. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly, and there you see Lou Henson, not the happiest of creatures right now. He's going to have a season that's going to be a lot like this. I think everyone will agree. A learning process for the basketball players at the University of Illinois this year. A lot of freshmen, a lot of newcomers. As a matter of fact, right now on the floor, we've got 3 freshmen, a senior and a junior. The senior Larry Smith with it, lobs underneath, and Deon Thomas goes for the slam. Been waiting for that to happen for all year long, and they finally get rid of it. And the Illini tie it at 63.
Shades of the flying Illini there.
Rusty Johnson off to Schultz. Down into the corner. Abaji outside to Schultz.
He missed one.
Schultz finally missed it. And the ball is slapped out of bounds by Wisconsin Milwaukee, and it's going to go over to Illinois.
Yeah, he knew he missed that one as soon as he let it go.
You could see it. We were in direct line to that shot, Steve. You could see it as soon as he released it.
Not a big crowd here tonight, but they're getting noisy.
Kaufmann misses the shot and is batted out in front by Michael. Kaufmann right back to Michael in the corner. Tom Michael is a pleasant surprise as far as I'm concerned.
He's now 9 out of 11 on the year and 3-pointers.
I'll tell you, Steve, he works on defense, too. He works at both ends of the court. Outside, Rusty Johnson. Into the corner, Green, and now McDade has it. There's Clemens with him. McDade gets a shot away. No. Rebound batted around, and it's up and in on the gift. And that was Abaji who made that one. And he has got 4 in the game. That's to Michael, down to Kaufmann. Andy. 3-point shot. And Illinois leads it by 4.
It might be a good thing that shot went in because he had Thomas down for the alley-oop or the easy layup, and he went ahead and pulled up and shot it.
Well, we're getting a little up and down the court YMCA basketball right now. No defense whatsoever. And Lou is not going to like that, I'm sure. Smith underneath. Thomas going for the shot. He is fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll get 2. That foul is going to be on Abaji. That's his first.
Smith is going to the bench, limping. Looks like he might have re-injured that ankle. So Rod Cardinal, the Illini trainer, taking a look at Larry Smith on the Illini bench. Larry, as we mentioned earlier, told me earlier today at the hotel that it was hurting quite a bit, and you can see the expression on his face that it is indeed hurting right now. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes.
Deon Thomas has just put in a free throw, and it gives him 22 points.
That's his career high here at the U of I.
Misses that one. The rebound to Abaji. Gets it up to McDade. Illinois leading by 3. 9:55 to play in the game as McDade has it in front. to Green. Back outside McDade. A long one by McDade. No. The rebound, Tommy Michael. And Michael gets it up to Wheeler. And Southern Illinois going at it with Michael and Wheeler in that backcourt.
Michael's got 6 rebounds.
Kaufmann is loose from the side. And the Panthers from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee won a timeout. 9:27 to go. And the Young Guns from the University of Illinois lead at 73 to 67.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. The people who bring you Budweiser wish you and yours the very best of everything this holiday season.
Yes, persistence pays off. Okay, dinner, catered lobster, plants. Women love men with plants. Hungarian violinists. Where will I find Hungarian violinists?
In December, get a great gift for coffee lovers. The Mr. Coffee 10-cup automatic brewer from True Value hardware stores. It features automatic pause and serve, so you can get that first cup as it's brewing. And it has a warming plate to keep the coffee at the perfect temperature. In December, get the Mr. Coffee 10-cup automatic brewer for just $14.99 while supplies last at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
I wasn't their first choice for ketchup, but they won't be sorry. I'll shape up, pump iron, I'll even buy tube socks. I'll be unstoppable. But where do I start?
Steve Kelly and Nick Martin back at the Assembly Hall. The Illini leading 73-67, 9.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Kind of a nip-and-tuck ball game. Illinois was down by 2 at this time. Larry Smith and the nice alley-oop over the defense. Deion Thomas pounds it home. That tied the game at 63 and got the Illini going on their spurt. They now lead 73-67.
Isn't it funny how those alley-oops just kind of trigger off a team and get them going on a good spurt? And that's exactly what happened there. Here is Rennie Clemens, and he's going to be guilty of a foul.
Well, he had a hold of the ball, but
he had the arm, too.
Couldn't do it without getting the arm.
And the ball out of bounds. That's the 13th foul on the Illini in this half. And Illinois, as you can see there, picking them up a little more close on defense as they get it in the backcourt. Edmonds brings it over the line. Down on the side, Schultz. Andy Kaufmann has got him to Edmonds. Doss from in front, no. And the ball comes right back into the hands, and the shot is up by Edmonds. But a foul is going to be called on T.J. Wheeler.
Edmonds will go to the line. He is out of Chicago Leo High School, along with Randy Doss. They were high school teammates. Let's look at the replay. The battling going on underneath. Tom Michael was there. Edmonds puts it up, but he was fouled.
Well, they give that foul to Tom Michaels, Steve, and not to T.J. Wheeler, as Edmonds makes the free throw. That's 4 in the game for Edmonds. I'll tell you, they have not missed a free throw. Wisconsin Green Bay, unofficially 12 out of 12. They lob it down. Deion Thomas is loose.
That's Deion's 3rd jam of the game.
Good feed from Wheeler. Schultz to Green outside McDade. McDade starts to cut for the basket, and he is fouled. It's on T.J. Wheeler.
McDade's going to have to soak that right arm when he gets back to the hotel tonight. He's taken 25 shots. That's his average shots per ball game. He's on that, and he comes out looking to shoot.
Well, he missed that one. You know, we were looking at their schedule coming up, Steve, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and boy, they traveled from one end of the country to the other. They're an independent school playing Division I basketball, which means they've got to look far for their games. This one is up and in.
Now they come back to Central Illinois in about a week. They play down in Charleston against the Eastern Illinois Panthers.
Well, you would think they might be a prospect. Here's the ball slapped away and hit down court, and McDade gets it up and puts it in. You'd kind of think they would be a likely candidate to join that new league of the big cities that have schools in it, like DePaul and like Cincinnati and Memphis. Down on the side to Thomas. To Clemens. T.J. Wheeler. Back now to Michael. Rebound underneath, taken away by Green. 75-72, Illinois by 3. McDade. Rebound by Thomas. Dion does a good job that time blocking away. 7:45 to play. Kaufmann breaking for the basket. And Illinois is turned off cold here all of a sudden.
Well, now they're down to getting only one shot the last 2 or 3 times down.
McDade pulling up for the shot. He doesn't get it, and the ball is slapped out of bounds. Illinois will have it. And a change for the Illini. Larry Smith comes back on the court. It's obvious now that that ankle is not as severe as what we had thought a moment ago, replacing Rennie Clemens. 7:31 to go.
McDade is now 8 for 28 from the field. Shooting percentage is not going to do a lot with that, but he can score.
Smith to the baseline, drives all the way and tries to force it up, doesn't get it, and underneath the basket, Smith comes out of there with it. T.J. Wheeler has the shot and a block, and a foul is going to be called on Green.
Michael had the three-point opportunity. He faked and then came in about 3 feet and tried to get the shot off at about 18 feet, and he was fouled.
Michael goes to the line for the first time.
We talked about his foul shooting the other night. He's 9 out of 10, rather 9 out of 11 from three-point range on the year, but only 3 out of 8 from the charity stripe.
Well, he did that for you, Steve. That'll help the percentage somewhat. There you see 8 points of the game for Tom Michael. That went a little too hard, and the rebound right back into the hands of Dion Edmonds. And across to Schultz. Illini with a 4-point lead. 7 minutes to go exactly in the game. Green right at the point. Goes back to Schultz. Schultz drives. The shot, no. The rebound comes off to Kaufmann. Kaufmann tries to lead past the ball to Smith, and it's deflected away out of bounds. It's going to go back to Illinois. And the Illini really avoided a dart right there.
Yeah, they caught a break that time. The pass bounced off the foot of Edmonds and out of bounds Illinois. Now Illinois turns it over as we're back to live action.
Up and over the line comes Edmonds to Doss. Off to Schultz. Green back to McDade. He fires and he's got it. 2-point shot by McDade.
And it's back to a 2-point ball game. Coming down on 6 minutes.
McDade has 26 points in the game. Larry Smith standing way out of the front court, dribbling the ball. Back in front to Wheeler. To Kaufmann. Kaufmann trying to drive through the paint, has it batted away, and traveling's going to be called on the Panthers, and Illinois again dodged one there. It's going to be out of bounds here at midcourt.
Andy Kaufmann's very good at taking the ball inside and getting fouled, but it's awful tough to do it when you got 3 guys waiting for you there, and most of them are a little bit bigger than you are, so it's tough to get that shot up and off.
It comes into Rennie Clemens. Clemens trying to drive with the ball, loses it, and it goes out of bounds.
Bounced it off his leg.
McDade comes to the right side to Green. driving through goes Edmonds, but he doesn't get it in, and there's a little shoving going on underneath the basket. And the foul, it appears, is going to be on one of the Panthers.
Wisconsin is going to the board a little more aggressively than Illinois right now, but they had 3 guys there, and one of them came down on Dion's back, but really can't fault the effort of the Panthers going to the board there. Illinois needs to get a little more aggressive on the board.
Edmonds picks up the foul. That is his 3rd. And at the line, Dion Thomas. 24 points for Dion. And Thomas getting one more. And a soft touch with the basketball. And Illinois leads it by 4, but a long, long time yet to go, as you see there by the clock. A lot can happen. Doss down on the side. Comes back in front to McDade with Larry Smith on him.
Guess who's going to shoot it?
Oh, good pass underneath. And the shot was up by Green, but a foul is going to be called on Dion Thomas. Good feed by McDade.
Well, everybody in the house thought that McDade was going to put it up, and he made the nice pass down low. Green was fouled.
That's only the first foul on Dion Thomas in the game. Craig Green going to the line with a couple of shots for the Panthers. An extremely good free throw shooting basketball team. They have only missed 1 free throw all night long. We talked him into that one.
But they come back for the steal.
Outside, McDade partially blocked away and out of the air. Smith down court. Comes Andy Kaufmann.
Andy doing a little cherry picking. He got the easy layup there, and it's 80-75.
That was a big basket for Illinois. 4:50 to go. Outside, Edmonds. To Schultz. And Rennie Clemens got away with one. No, they're going to get him for a foul. I was about to say that he got away with one, but the official saw it.
Rennie was going for the loose ball, but had too much body on him that time as he knocked the player out of bounds.
There you can see there behind some of the Orange Press section holding on to McDade's jersey. McDade a little upset with it.
Rennie Clemens to the bench with 4 fouls.
So at the line, Vaughn McDade. A big night for him. 3 of 4 from the line.
McDade, the transfer from Oklahoma State, coming back home to his home state. He played high school ball at Madison High School in Milwaukee.
14 points the first half, 14 points in this half, and he's brought the Panthers back to within 3. As Larry Smith working around in front against McDade, and McDade takes the steal. He'll go the length of the court, and McDade gets another one. And the Panthers are back to within 1 with 4 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Smith wants a timeout, and Lou Henson is beside himself, and he has a right to be. The Illini build up a lead and let it drift away, and we're going to pause for a moment. Be right back after these messages from your local station. This is Raycom Sports.
Arbit's got a special feeling for Sarah.
I'm not talking about the kind of feeling you get when you win a National Science Prize.
What did it feel like?
2 National Science Prizes.
And this academic affair is heating up.
You go ahead, Arv.
If anybody here has diabetes, don't watch this.
But when a date turns into a disaster...
Did you have to wear a pocket protector tonight?
It's my good one.
Charlie's left with a mess. Head of the class.
Tomorrow at 5:30 on 50.
Miss Caitlin Phillips demonstrates the loading of a Fuji Discovery compact camera. Like most Fuji Discovery cameras, Caitlin's comes complete with autofocus, auto flash, and one more feature you can't get on any other make of camera, Fuji's drop-in loading. So now you can load a roll of film faster than you can get it out of the box. Fuji cameras with drop-in loading. Fuji, a new way of seeing things.
And it worked.
The shotgun? Come on, it's too much at this level.
Oh, but that Simon kid's got an arm.
Oh, you're tripping. How you like the new team bus?
I love it.
Did you shop around?
Sure. Drove that Ford Explorer, but the Chevy has more guts.
What about the Toyota?
That 4Runner? Yeah. They wanted extra for the four-wheel anti-lock brakes.
It sounds to me like you did your homework.
Smart. This year, we're playing smart. And we're passing.
The kids gotta know.
And welcome back to the Assembly Hall in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly. There you see the score, a one-point ball game in the Illini hanging on. Well, we were just talking, Steve. No earthquake today, but we still got 1 hour and 50 minutes yet before we can escape this 3rd of December.
And 4 minutes left in this ball game.
And if the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee win this one, it's another small earthquake down here. There's a shot up, and a foul is going to be whistled on the Panthers.
This Panther ball club's pretty well coached by Steve Antrim. The Illini had a run going, a 12-4 run, with about 9.5 minutes to go. It was 73-67 Illinois, but Antrim called a timeout right then rather than wait for the TV timeout, which was up and coming, and that seemed to be a good move because he got his team back in it. They're down by only 1 as Thomas misses the first foul shot.
Dion with 26 points, looking for his 27th right there. 4:03 to play in the game. And he gets that one. And back come the Panthers. McDade with it. Takes it to the side, drives around Wheeler, goes for the reverse, doesn't get it, kind of forced it up, and a foul underneath that's going to be called. It is on Tom Michael. Well, the Panthers just really getting the position on that offensive board as you see the drive by McDade.
He's taking it to the hoop, and Michael came in to help out on the defense there, and he got the player on the rebound as Doss tried to take it back up, and he'll shoot a couple.
There you see the 3rd foul on Tom Michael. 81-80.
Doss is the leading returning scorer for the Panthers. Of course, McDade, as we mentioned a couple of times, was there last year, did not play after transferring from Oklahoma State.
It's tied at 81 with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left. Larry Smith brings it up for the Illini to T.J. Wheeler. Down underneath, the pass was intended inside to Thomas, batted away, and the Panthers pull up. That's McDade. 3-point basket is good. And the Panthers lead by 3. And Lou Henson wants a timeout. With 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. It's University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee 84. The Fighting Illini 81. We'll be right back.
Bud Bowl Update has learned that Bud Bowl 3 will feature something brand new this year, the helmet cam. Budweiser's Billy Bud and Bobby Bud will be wearing the helmet cam to give you a beer's eye view of all the action. Plans for future Bud Bowls include goalpost cam, football cam, x-ray cam, overhead cam, and cam. Helmet cam. For Bud Bowl Update, I'm Chris Berman.
Last year, the Illinois Lottery lengthened Michael Jordan's hang time. This year, we leave it in your hands. The 1991 Michael Jordan Flip Book Date Book.
And make sure this is not the only book you pick up. Say yes to graduation.
And welcome back. And there you see the score. And the Illini got their work cut out for him, Steve Kelly. And the young man by the name of Vaughn McDade has been making it happen for the Panthers. You can see right here.
Pulls up for the three-pointer. He's got 33 points on the night. He's taken 33 shots overall, so he's not afraid to put it up. The Illini trailing now by 3 with 3.5 minutes to go, making some of those freshman mistakes that they're going to make throughout the season, and hopefully they'll get that under control by the time the Big Ten season comes along.
McDade, with those 33 points, has 6 3-point baskets.
He had 38 points against Utah in his last game.
Over the line, it comes Larry Smith. Underneath the Dion, the ball slapped away out of bounds, and to go back to Illinois. Doss slapped it away from him. 3:16 to go, and Lou Henson yelling out that out-of-bounds play that he wants the Illini to put in play right here. Rennie Clemens will toss it in, comes out in front to Smith, and Smith on the side, and Rennie Clemens comes back out at the point. They're looking for Kaufmann down underneath. Now they've got it to Dion, whirling and turning for the shot. And Dion Thomas has brought the Illini to within one. McDade to Schultz.
Schultz hadn't done much lately. He missed his last 2 shots and decided not to shoot anymore after making just about everything inside early in the going.
He misses that one, and the rebound to Michael, to Smith. Larry Smith trying to bounce it to Dion Thomas, and it's picked up by Larry Smith. He goes for the shot, comes out in front. Clemens has got the loose ball. On the side, Larry Smith, a 3-point basket. 18 points in the game for Smith, and the Illini lead it by 2. We've got 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Here's McDade. Look out. McDade with another 3-point basket. Costa Clemens. Exactly 2 minutes to play in the game. 2 minutes. Clemens. Off to Larry Smith. Smith loses the ball underneath into the hands of Michael, and they strip it from him, and up and across comes Edmonds. Oh, they throw the ball right off of McDade's side of his head. He wasn't waiting for that one.
I was about to say, these guys are not going to sit on the lead. I can't imagine these guys throwing more than 3 or 4 passes each time down the floor. They're going to put it up whether they're ahead or behind, and right now they're up by 1. A minute and a half to go.
Andy Kaufmann has it blocked as he goes for the shot, pulled out of the air by Schultz. Over the line is Edmonds.
Get on him.
McDade. Tipped around. And there's going to be a foul, and it's going to be apparently on, well, let's see. It's on one of the Panthers. And we'll have to see. It's going to be charged to Doss. We'll have to see who is going to shoot it for Illinois.
Now, the Illini came in shooting only 60% as a team from the foul line. They're going to have to do better down the stretch here. They're shooting a little better tonight. 67% from the charity stripe, but now we're down into the last 2 minutes of the contest.
Tom Michael, 1 for 2 there tonight at the line. Misses that one, and Kaufmann has the ball stripped away, gets it back, and a scramble forward into the corner to play, and it's going to be a jump ball out of bounds. Illinois will have it with a possession arrow in their favor.
Good effort there by Kaufmann as he went down a couple of times with the ball. The Illini fans thought he was fouled in there 2 or 3 times. Couldn't quite come up with it, and finally goes out of bounds right at our cameraman, who made a nice play himself.
He sure did. Clemens will inbound it. He better hurry. And there's going to be a timeout. Well, we're getting ourselves right down to the nitty-gritty of this one, Steve Kelly. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. You see Lou Henson over there with his team. Some frustrating moments for that coach that's had a sensational career here at the University of Illinois. But there's going to be many, many moments like this through this 1990-91 basketball campaign. No question about it.
Well, he finds himself down by 1 point. He's looking for win number 320 here at the University of Illinois, and 560 overall. And he's got a minute and 3 seconds to figure out how to do it.
Well, you can certainly see the Wisconsin coach there, the Wisconsin-Milwaukee coach, Steve Antrim.
He's had pretty good success at Milwaukee as they're building the program into Division I. We mentioned this is their first year with a Division I schedule. Steve came into this ball game in his 4th year with 52 victories and 38 losses. And this year, for the first time, they're playing some of their home games at the Mecca in Milwaukee, where the Milwaukee Bucks used to play. Here's a look at the remaining timeouts. Illinois is out of timeouts now in regulation. Milwaukee has 1 left. That could be a key factor here in the last 63 seconds.
87-86. The Panthers lead the Fighting Illini by 1.
And Illinois doesn't have much time once this game's over. They leave tomorrow late morning for University Park, Pennsylvania for that game against Penn State coming up on Wednesday night. But first of all, they got some business here at hand.
And we might remark a little bit about that, Steve, because Illinois will be the first Big Ten team to play Penn State in men's basketball since the Nittany Lions joined the conference earlier this year.
And you can look for the basketball Big Ten Conference with the Penn State moving in to take place sometime about the 92-93 season.
Larry Smith will inbound it underneath the Illinois basket. The Illini trail by 1. It comes in and it's batted around, and it comes out. Deion Thomas has got it. To Tom Michael. To Clemens. Back to Kaufmann. Kaufmann whirling and going for the shot, and he has been fouled. And it's going to be Doss of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They're going to catch the foul, and Doss, for him, that's number 4.
Well, Illinois caught a break there because they almost turned it over on the inbounds play. Very shaky on that inbounds play, but after it was batted around 2 or 3 times, the Illini came down with it. Kaufmann kind of took things into his own hands with that spin move of his, and he was fouled, and he'll go to the line for a couple of important shots.
Andy Kaufmann's free throw, and he ties it up. 87-87, 54 seconds to play.
Kaufmann's got 26, so he's following that 40-point performance with another strong one.
He makes that one. It comes in.
Wonder who's going to shoot this. There he is.
McDade. And a foul is going to be on Andy Kaufmann, shoving off after the shot.
And he's going to have 3 foul shots. McDade is. He was fouled on the three-pointer, a missed three-pointer this year. Gives the player 3 foul shots with 45.2 seconds left.
So McDade goes to the line. And our scorebook isn't quite big enough to put all of his numbers on there. McDade will be in the line to shoot 3. They're going to give him 3 shots as he was fouled from three-point range.
He's got 37 points on the night. And we're tied at 88.
He's the one guy that you shouldn't foul.
He now has matched his previous game high of 38, which came last week against Utah. There's a chance to go to 39 here. He's taken 35 shots from the field on the night.
And Wisconsin, Milwaukee want to take their last timeout with 45.2 seconds to go. And they lead it by 2, 90-88. We're going to be right back for the final moments after this.
If you want to land a good job, you have to know what most employers want. Like how to motivate yourself, how to lead others, how to perform under pressure. You can learn all these things in the Army. So no matter what career you choose, you'll really be ready to take off.
Everyone knows about my expansive vocabulary and the delineations I take with language. I went to electrocution school. So when I say the wrong thing at the right time, it's funny, but only because I'm in control. But if you're drinking and you start talking like me, then it's a good inclination that you're not in control, and that's not funny. You see, responsible drinking is as easy as knowing when to say the right thing at the right time, to know when to say when. And hey, even I could say that.
A reminder from Budweiser.
Well, there you see the score, and we're right down to the moment. The Illini down by 2, but when they get things going, they're going to have the basketball, Steve. But it's been the great shooting of Van McDade, who has put in a total of 39 points. And on the other side of the page, Deion Thomas with 29 and Andy Kaufmann with 27.
You know, last Thursday, the Illinois Chicago Flames came in here and played an outstanding game against Illinois, and turned in perhaps their biggest win in a long time, if not all time. Wisconsin Milwaukee's in that same position tonight in their first year of NCAA Division I basketball action. Should they pull the upset here, it certainly would go down as one of their biggest victories. And we've got 45.2 seconds left. Illinois trails by a bucket, and they have the basketball.
Rennie Clemens almost lost control of himself. And you see the clock ticking away. Clemens brings it up over the line, gives it off to Larry Smith. 90-88. And Smith working it around to Michael in the corner.
They're looking for Kaufmann.
Tom Michael from the side, no, and Andy Kaufmann pulls down the rebound for the Illini, goes for the shot, and he's got it. Ties it up at 90. Now look out.
Watch out for number 32. He's trying one as he
McDade
knocks it out of bounds way too early.
And the Illini will have a chance, Steve, at the last shot. And no one has any timeouts left. No timeouts left. Kaufmann.
Let's see what Kaufmann does. He'll try to draw the foul. He's got to get it across. 3 seconds. He's not aware of the clock. It didn't appear that Andy was aware of what time was, how much time he had. He had 10 seconds as Coach Henson looks on. Kaufmann dribbled it across and couldn't get the pass or shot off in time. He got a pass off to Smith, who just kind of threw up a hook shot, but he didn't get that off before the buzzer, so we're going to go to overtime.
Well, I'll tell you, there was a little bit of confusion on both sides of the page, Steve, because when McDade let that one go, he had all kinds. You could see right here, 13, he could have had another 10 seconds to work the ball around.
Yeah, he let go a 30-footer and then threw nothing but the baseline going out of bounds. So the Illini had a full 10 seconds, and Kaufmann came up on the dribble. Before that, there's another look at McDade's running one-hander that didn't come close. Caught a little bit of the net.
Well, I'll tell you, when you use up all your timeouts and you get down to where you don't have any timeout left to get reorganized, and the Illini certainly with 10 seconds had enough time, but they were a little bit confused right here. Larry Smith, of course, his last effort. And we're going to go to an overtime, a 5-minute overtime at the Assembly Hall in Champaign, with it's all tied at Wisconsin-Milwaukee 90, University of Illinois 90.
Well, Andy Kaufmann's reaction after getting that pass off to Smith when Larry threw the pass up, it was obvious Andy wasn't aware of how much time was on the clock. He just kind of bent over and said, what am I thinking about? But I think what he was thinking about was taking that shot himself. He thought he had a little bit more time on the clock. But now,
as far as the Panthers are concerned, Doss is playing with 4 fouls and Green with 4 fouls. McDade has 3, Edmonds has 3, and that's what the scoring looks like.
Well, the good thing for Illinois there was the fact that the game was tied and they weren't behind, with Kaufmann coming down unaware of the time on the clock. So each team gets an additional timeout as we begin a 5-minute overtime period.
And the tip is controlled. It goes to Wisconsin-Milwaukee. McDade to Schultz. Underneath is Green for the easy one. It comes into Clemens. A 5-minute overtime. Clemens works around Michael, gives it back to Michael. Weak side to Smith.
First overtime game of the year for both of these teams.
Larry Smith gets loose underneath on the baseline and puts in the shot. Ties it back up at 92. Edmonds to McDade. And McDade misses that one, and Deion Thomas rebounds way down court. Tommy Michael on the breakaway.
And that gets the crowd back into it at 94-92. Played just over a minute here in the overtime.
Underneath. Shot is up, and it's good by Edmonds. It'll count.
There's Edmonds taking the pass and taking it strong to the basket. Didn't even put down on the dribble, and the ball rolled in, and he'll get a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, Rennie Clemens has fouled out of the ball game for the Illini, and T.J. Wheeler is going to come in replacing him. So Clemens fouls out with a total of 4 points in the game, all coming in the first half. Edmonds 3 for 3 at the line. He's now 4 for 4. And the Panthers lead the Illini by 1. 3:45. You see the clock in the corner. Smith bouncing into the corner to Kaufmann. Boy, they box him in down there. And Kaufmann trying to drive for the basket. He's just been fouled, and it's going to be charged on Deion Edmonds. That's his 4th.
Yeah, Edmonds thought that Kaufmann threw an elbow as Andy tried to go around to get a chance to take a look. Kaufmann comes around. Edmonds is called for the reach in there. So Andy goes back to the line.
2 shots for Kaufmann.
He's got 30 now on the night.
Andy. Doss has it. Now to McDade. Edmonds down in the corner. This is Doss. They're anxious to get behind that three-point line, aren't they? Here's McDade. Steps back behind the line, shoots it up, and he's got it. Oh, I'll tell you, 42 points for McDade.
And almost as many shots, 38 shots.
98-96. Michael fakes the shot. Has the ball slapped away, and McDade with a steal. Lead pass down to Green. And the Panthers lead it by 4 with the clock ticking down. There's now 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Larry Smith lobbing underneath the Dion. 31 for Thomas. Back to within 2. McDade. Green underneath. Doss loses it out of bounds. It's going to be Illinois basketball.
The Panthers still coming strong to the boards as Doss had it, lost it, had it, then finally lost it out of bounds.
Larry Smith off of the glass. All tied at 100.
Smith has 22. So Kaufmann and Thomas each have 31. Larry Smith has 22. Tom Michael has 10, and that is 100 Illinois points.
T.J. Wheeler is going to be guilty of the foul, and I'll tell you, that is a mighty, mighty close one.
Looks like he got ball, but he apparently got some arm as well.
There's a young man guilty of the foul, and T.J., I know I didn't do it. And McDade goes to the line with 2. Nine out of 10 from the foul line tonight for Vaughn and McDade. Well, they say he was shooting the basketball outside, so he gets 3. He was shooting beyond that line. He misses that one. Oh, what a great rebound. And the ball slapped around out of bounds. It's going to be Illinois basketball. Great effort by the Panthers. We'll give them credit for that.
They're doing a better job on the boards, even though Illinois is winning the battle of the boards 42-40 right now. But
they're aggressive to the basketball stage.
They certainly are, especially here in the overtime.
Here comes Larry Smith for the Illini. Into the corner to T.J. Wheeler. Outside to Michael. And here's a foul that's going to be called. It's away from the play. And I believe it's on Edmonds, and he is out. That's 5 on Edmonds. So Edmonds is fouled out of the ball game.
Edmonds on the push-off there on T.J. Wheeler. So Wheeler will go to the line.
T.J. Wheeler is going to be at the line, and Lou Henson's going to take advantage of the confusion going on and replacing Edmonds out on the court. And to talk to his team, and there you see him.
Well, Wheeler is 9 out of 11 from the charity stripe so far for 82% of the season. However, these are some of the critical ones in the last 2 minutes and in overtime. We'll see how the freshman from Christopher High School comes through.
Boy, and they're happy in Buckner. T.J. Wheeler gets his first free throw. Misses that one. Batted around. Picked up off of the floor by Schultz. McDade off to Schultz with 1:25 to go in the game. We're in overtime at the Assembly Hall in Champaign. McDade from way out. No. Tipped around. Back into the hands. Perrine underneath the Doss. He gets it off of the glass and makes it. A big basket right there by the Panthers. 104-101. Smith. To Kaufmann. Three-point shot. How big can that be?
34 points now for Kaufmann.
It's tied at 104. Timeout.
Timeout.
And we're going to be back after this from the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana, where it's all tied.
You can do it with True Value.
It's the season for handy household gifts, like the Plano Stowaway Organizer with removable drawers. It's only $9.99. And the whole family can use the GE battery recharger with 2 bonus batteries, just $14.99. Or give the master electrician MagLight flashlight with flood to spot focus, holiday priced at only $16.99 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Farming has always been a hands-on kind of business, but the makers of Counter have changed that. Introducing new Counter Lock and Load. The outstanding performance of Counter in convenient returnable containers. When locked onto specially fitted John Deere Maximerge hopper boxes, each sealed container opens automatically. Just lock it on and it loads. Protect your crop, yourself, and the environment. New Counter Lock and Load.
Well, welcome back to the Assembly Hall. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly. This is the first time that the University of Wisconsin and Milwaukee and the University of Illinois here at Champaign have ever battled on a basketball court. It's a memorable one, I'll tell you that. 104-104 in overtime, Steve. We still have a little more than 47 seconds to play.
Illinois does have the possession arrow. Should we get a jump ball or tied up ball here in the last few seconds? Coach Steve Antrim said after the 2-point loss to Utah last week that really helped his program gain some credibility and some respectability. And his program has added to that tonight, regardless of the outcome of this ball game. They've taken the Fighting Illini into overtime at home and have a chance to win the ball game. We're tied up with 47.7 seconds left. The Illini still have their timeout remaining as Milwaukee spent its last timeout just then.
McDade with the ball out in front. There you can see the clock. Tied at 104 in overtime. McDade to Joe Schultz. Back in front. Perrine has it. It comes to McDade. To Schultz. They're going to go for one last effort here. The shot clock is down to 10 seconds. From the corner, McDade, no. Rebound pulled out by Andy Kaufmann of the Illini. Bounces it back to Smith. To 10 seconds. Larry Smith comes down quickly. Goes underneath and has the ball stripped away. And a breakaway now for the Panthers. Green has it slapped away. Kaufmann will take the desperation shot. And we've got another overtime in the making for you, folks. Another overtime, and that first overtime, it finishes 104-104. And we're going to be right back to the Assembly Hall after these messages from your local stations. This is Raycom Sports.
Catch all the action live as the Fighting Illini take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Wednesday night at 6:30 on 50.
What we've learned from research on the human heart has changed the way people live and how long they live. Death rates from heart attack have declined by a remarkable 30.9% since 1977. but it remains America's #1 killer. So contact the American Heart Association, because what you don't know can kill you.
Well, welcome back to the Assembly Hall in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly, and we move into our second overtime period. The first regulation game ended at 90-90. Overtime after the first 5 minutes is where it is now, 104-104, and Lou Henson getting a little upset with the way they've aligned things here on the jump ball situation. For Illinois, Deon Thomas will jump. Craig Green will jump for Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and controlled by the Panthers. Doss from way out. No. Rebound out in front. Larry Smith has got it.
Each team gets an additional timeout in the overtime, so Illinois has 2. Wisconsin-Milwaukee has 1 now remaining.
Here's Deon, and he has been fouled, and it's going to be on Doss, and that's 5 on Doss.
Well, maybe that's how Illinois is going to win this game. They're going to just hang on and get all the Milwaukee guys to foul out and just hang on for the victory. Doss is a key loss for them. He's their second leading scorer.
He leads with 14 points in the game. And coming on is Abaji for the Panthers of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And there you see Deon Thomas. He'll step to the line. Deon with 31 points in the game. And the Illini break the tie. They lead it 105-104. Just thinking, Steve, if they don't get this game over with, they're going to miss their plane to State College, Pennsylvania tomorrow morning.
Oh, really?
Over the line comes McDade to Schultz. Back in front, McDade. Schultz, three-point shot.
He's back.
And Schultz, quiet in that overtime period. He's got 25 in the game. Larry Smith left alone, but doesn't shoot it up. Gets it back to Kaufmann. Kaufmann trying to drive through the paint area, and a foul is going to be on the Panthers, and it's going to be whistled. It appears to be on Perrine.
Kaufmann taking it to the hoop again, but he's taking it in there where the 3 or 4 guys are waiting for him, and he drew the foul, so Andy will go to the line with 34 points. Following his 40-point effort of 2 nights ago.
Andy Kaufmann with the free throw. He ties it up at 107. (108-107). You can see there we're getting down to the 4-minute mark. The second overtime period at the Assembly Hall. McDade has it in front. Back in front, Green. Now Schultz fires.
Well, he figured out whatever he was doing when he missed 3 or 4 shots. Now he's back again with 2 straight 3-pointers.
That's his 6th 3-point basket of the night. Larry Smith. Across to T.J. Wheeler, to Michael, underneath, and Deon goes for the shot, and he is fouled. It's going to be whistled on Abaji. And Deon Thomas will go to the line with a couple of free throws.
Alafu Abaji out of Nigeria, the transfer from Vincennes Junior College. Put the hammer down on Deon Thomas there. Deon will shoot a couple.
.33 points for Deon Thomas. Ball in and out on the free throw attempt. And it's narrowed up again. 3 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. McDade down on the left side, and Schultz again for a 3-pointer. Batted away, and a good rebound out in front. The jumper by Abaji, no, and the next one taken away by Tommy Michael. Down court it comes to Kaufmann. Kaufmann going for the shot. No, forces it up, gets it right back, and puts it off to the glass, and has got it. And the foul is going to be called on Perrine. That's his second. And Andy Kaufmann goes to the line and a chance at a three-point play.
Kaufmann sure is playing a couple of back-to-back games, and he's got 38 in this one after scoring 40 Saturday night. Chance for 39 with his foul shot.
Well, if you like them wild and woolly, you're going to have it here tonight at the Assembly Hall. Up and down the court, 112 to 110. Illinois leading by 2 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second overtime period. Here's McDade. Regulation play ended at 90-90. McDade driving, no. Tipped around, no. Rebound, Tom Michael, and boy, has he come through with a couple of big rebounds the last 2 trips down the court. He's got 8 defensive rebounds in a game. Wheeler out to Smith. To Kaufmann. Boy, he whirls and he goes and he is fouled again. He'll go to the line with 2. Perrine picks up his third.
Perrine's having a hard time staying with Kaufmann on that first move. Kaufmann goes with that spin, and Perrine goes with the fake, and then he has to foul to recover. And Kaufmann goes to the line.
You can't feel easy, Steve, with only a 2-point lead on this team from Milwaukee, because their 3-point shooting doesn't take them much, and they're right back on top. Boy, that one trickles around and falls through.
Well, Andy drops this one in. He'll have a new career high. 2 days after setting the previous career high of 40, he's got 41.
41 points for Andy Kaufmann and the Illini. A 4-point lead, but against this team, it doesn't mean much. McDade. 2 minutes. Oh, they throw the ball away, out of bounds to Illinois. The pass was intended for Schultz. He broke to the corner just as McDade threw it. And it's to the Illini, and a big turnover for Illinois.
Number 10, Rusty Johnson.
Rusty Johnson checks back into the lineup for Wisconsin-Milwaukee, replacing Perrine.
Well, the Illini won't be in any hurry this time, Dan. With 1:59, they're going to run the offense, use a little bit of clock.
Larry Smith. Down underneath, T.J. Wheeler, back to Smith coming by. And here's Kaufmann all alone. Well, they found him open on a good feed, and Andy Kaufmann gets another one. And Illinois leads it by 6. McDade. Oh, 3-point basket will count. And a foul out in front on the Illini, and that could be a 4-point play for
Let's
Wisconsin.
wait and see. I'm not sure they gave him a 3-point hoop. I think it was only a 2-point. Well, now they say it's a 3. Yep, it was a 3. Gary Muncie ruled it was a 3. Here's another look at it. Yeah, he pulled his foot back. So it is a 3. He's got 47 points in the ball game.
.48 points for McDade. Minute and a half to go, and the Illini now lead by 2. A minute ago, it was a 6-point lead, and Lou Henson wants a timeout. Well, there's a minute and 23 of excitement left for you. I can tell you that right now. We'll be back to the Assembly Hall in just a moment.
Sports Talk.
Lou, I know you're there. Tonight's my birthday, so how about a cake that isn't a football and a present with lace, not laces?
Lou, where are you going to find that stuff?
Nothing beats number 1. Nothing beats the king of beers. Nothing beats clean, crisp, and cold. This is the best, and we've got it right here. Yeah, nothing beats the bud, yeah, nothing beats the bud, yeah, nothing beats the Budweiser.
my 20th reunion's next month. I'll join a gym, get one of those suits, you know, by Spumoni. They'll all say he hasn't changed a bit.
Welcome back to the Assembly Hall. Dick Martin along with Steve Kelly, and we just have checking the record book here. These are Assembly Hall records, and the most points scored by an opposing player against an Illinois basketball team was Mike Woodson of Indiana. Back in 1979, he scored 48 points, and young Mr. Vaughn McDade has just tied that tonight. He has already scored 48 points. Most points by an Illinois player, incidentally. Dave Scholes, 42 points against Northwestern in 1967.
Well, that's 42 because Andy Kaufmann has 43, so he surpassed that. And he's hot on the heels of McDade for scoring honors in this ball game.
Second highest output of any basketball player in Illinois basketball history.
If this game goes long enough, Kaufmann will get it.
Dave Downey with his 53 against Indiana still is a record. Tom Michael to Smith in front. And out of Kaufmann to Smith. 116-114 Illinois. Andy Kaufmann has it. We're ticking down to 1 minute left to play, and there's 15 seconds on the shot clock. Kaufmann, three-point basket is good. 46 points for Andy Kaufmann.
More importantly, a 5-point lead now with 45 seconds left.
Here's the jumper from in front, and it's around and out. The rebound taken away underneath by Deon Thomas. In double overtime, the Illini lead it 119-114. 30 seconds to play. Smith been fouled by Rusty Johnson. There you see Rusty Johnson. Lou Henson, he can chew the gum a little more quietly now and more slowly. You're going to pick up a victory here tonight, Lou, and a much-earned one against a real hustling bunch of Panthers out of the University of Wisconsin and Milwaukee. Came in here 2-1. Decisive wins over Tennessee, Chattanooga. They were one of the teams they beat, and they lost a heartbreaker to Utah last week. Larry Smith with 22 points, and Smith's free throw is good. Larry Smith will get one more. Way short, batted around, picked up off of the floor. Baji has got it. Up court to McDade. 20 seconds to go. And McDade fires for a three-point shot, and it's good. Unbelievable shot. McDade is putting on quite a performance here tonight. Wheeler to Michael to Smith. Underneath Dion on the alley-oop try. Couldn't get to it. So it's out of bounds to the University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And they still have a chance to get the three-point shot away and tie it up. You can see there. Unbelievable as it is. 120-117. The Fighting Illini lead it by 3. As we had mentioned, new records have been established here tonight. Most points in the Assembly Hall by an opponent, and that is Vaughn McDade, who now in this ball game, McDade has a total of 50 points. And for the Fighting Illini, Andy Kaufmann has recorded 46 points, and that eclipses the mark set by Dave Scholes way back in 1967. Unbelievable. Team high, in case you're wondering about that, 126 points. Illinois scored against Long Island in the NIT playoffs here back in 1982. That's the most points by a winning team. So quite an interesting matchup. Double overtime we have for you. As we mentioned, our next broadcast is going to be this coming Wednesday night when we'll be in State College, Pennsylvania. And there you see it. And the first time the Illini have played there against the Nittany Lions, the newest member of the Big Ten Conference. The Big Ten Basketball Conference will get underway competitively with Penn State a member in the 92-93 season. It'll be a 6:30 broadcast from State College, Pennsylvania. And you can take a look at here, coming up, look at this phenomenal work by McDade. Well, apparently you're right. They've just changed the basket. They've just changed the basket to a two-point basket. And I'll tell you, Steve Antrim is beside himself over there. McDade, the young man right there.
Nick, speaking of people beside themselves, Lou Henson is beside himself when Larry Smith threw that alley-oop pass there intended for Deon Thomas. Not a good play by the senior, especially as Illinois still needed to take care of the ball, leading by 3 at that time. Since that time, they've taken one of those points off. It's a 4-point Illinois lead.
Well, here's Schultz. 3-point shot is no good. Rebound is up, no good, and the ball game is all over. And the final score from the Assembly Hall in Champaign, Illinois, the Fighting Illini of 120, and the Panthers of the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee 116 in double overtime. And we're going to be right back after these messages from your local stations. This is Raycom Sports.
Nell Harper's just one reason why 50's Fun TV.
It is not what you do, or what you do it with.
She loves animals. She's great with kids.
Honey, I am woman.
And when it comes to housekeeping, she's made to order. Move over, Roseanne.
I know I am 3 times the woman she is.
When Nell's around, 50's Fun TV. Gimme a break. Weeknights at 6 on Channel 50.
Hey, Sam, where's your old Ford Ranger?
Traded it.
Hey, Rita. That's a nice-looking Chevy truck.
Yeah, give me 2 lettuce and 3 cucumber.
You know, Bob Reed was here the other day in a new Toyota truck.
Yeah, big deal. He can have it. With his Toyota, you got to hop out to switch to 4-wheel drive. No, thank you. Give me 4 cantaloupe.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Why don't you get the rest when you come back?
I'm back. Who said anything about coming back? I told you, Henry, I traded the Ford. The Chevy can handle it. Come on, let's load this baby up.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back to the Assembly Hall in Champaign, and a double overtime win here tonight for the Fighting Illini, 120 to 116. And down the court side, Steve Kelly and Andy Kaufmann.
All right, Dick, thank you very much, Andy. 46 points on the night. You mentioned last week, or last Saturday, when you scored 40, that when you get in a rhythm, you kind of go crazy. You did it again tonight.
Yeah, you know, I have no idea how many points I had. I just, you know, when it came down to the overtime, I messed up in the first overtime. I didn't even know how much time was on the clock. So, you know, I told myself I was on a mission to win this game. You know, I'm supposed to be a leader out there, and I messed up on a big play in overtime. I just wanted to come back, and I told myself I was going to do everything I could to come out with a win. And, that, you know, I just came out and had a good game.
You know, you needed every one of those 46 points to put these guys away, too. They're tough.
They were a great shooting team, you know. They were relentless, shooting 3-pointers, and I didn't know, you know, if they were going to let up. I just knew that I was going to try to match them, and the whole team did. The whole team stepped up. I can't, you know, compliment the other players. They hung in there for being so young, and Larry played like a veteran. And this is a big win for us. And my adrenaline's flowing right now. I'm usually not talking as much, but I feel really good. I big relief.
Here's a look at your last basket in the ball game. Tell us what you were thinking at this point here on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, well, right then I just wanted to put them away. You know, I knew they could hit a 3-pointer, come down on the other end, and I believe we had a 2-point lead, and I just wanted to nail them. I had a feeling, you know, that it was going to go in. Like I said, when I get in a rhythm, I can just go, and I felt it, and I had to step up and be a leader on the team tonight, and I'm just glad it went in, you know.
Congratulations, Andy. Great ball game.
Thank you.
Illini junior Andy Kaufmann, 46 points on the night. We'll throw it back to you now, Dick.
Okay, thank you very much, Still. There is the final score, 120-116 in double overtime, a winner for the Fighting Illini. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Budweiser. No win to say win. By True Value Hardware. By Illinois State Lottery. And by Toyota of Illinois. Once again, the final score. The Fighting Illini, 120. University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, 116. This has been a copyrighted presentation of the Big Ten Conference Incorporated.
Hi there. If you want to see the world's largest Holstein cow, you have to go to New Salem, North Dakota. The world's largest loon, Mercer, Wisconsin. And if you want to see the world's largest statue of Paul Bunyan, go on up to Akeley, Minnesota. But if you want to see the world's largest 12-pack of beer, just go to your favorite store. The Stroh's and Stroh's Light 15-can 12-pack with 3 extra cans. A holiday special.
It happens so fast, it's almost over before it starts. Marshall Field's 13-hour sale starts Wednesday, ends Wednesday.
America, meet the future of our country.
Dare to dream.
Someone who's only